Up being wide open. Look how open he is right there. That's because the pump fake with the double move on the other side had moved the safety all the way to the offensive left.
First down at the 16. Frank Gore. Ian Gold there to meet him. Gore falls forward for 2. And earlier in the game, Frank Gore set the single-season rushing mark for the 49ers. He's now got the single-season total yardage mark from scrimmage.
You know, talking to Frank Gore yesterday, I was amazed to see how he likes to go and watch other players, especially teams he's going against. And he said, you know, he saw LaDainian Tomlinson on film, and he was trying to emulate him and see what he does and how he's so good, and he really couldn't spot it. I just sort of told him, I said, you know, sometimes guys just have this special talent that you really can't go and learn. But it was amazing to see this guy wanting to get better week in and week out. Looking forward to the offseason and getting better for next year.
Gore again. Follows his fullback, Norris. You know, Frank Gore told us he's going to take 1 week off, and then he's back to training. 1 week.
I don't believe that.
We left our meeting last night, and I'm walking out the door, and there's Moreeeee Norris and Frank Gore walking down the hall. So I stop and talk to him, and we're talking about that, and then North Turner walked up and said the same thing. And I looked at him, I said, what are you, nuts? I said, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I said, you don't understand how much pounding your body has taken. You're going to be over 300 carries for this season at the end of the game tomorrow. You need more than a week to let your body heal fully.
Niners can pick up a first down at the 6. Smith. Scrambling. You can't find anybody open in the direction of Taylor Jacobs. Ebenezer Ekubon chasing him and forcing him to get rid of it.
I think, you know, we look at Lynch, John Lynch in this game, and we talked about how he's been around for so many years and played at the level that he has. And it's because, you know, and Darryl, you realize it also, you have to be able to turn it off. You know, after the season, you need to decompress, you need to recharge your batteries, you need to get away from football a little bit, or else it starts getting stale. You know, you need to go and see new things and try new things, but you need to get away from it. That's just as important as being around it and concentrating on doing the things you need to do.
29-yard attempt for Nedney. And that's a big one. It makes it a 4-point lead, and so the Broncos have to get a touchdown in order to win this game and get into the playoffs.
Sharpest minds.
You're the only thing your mama's got left. So you better make this college boy thing work out.
And the greatest leaders.
So you're gonna pledge?
I don't step.
Being in a fraternity is about more than just stepping.
Have to start somewhere.
I just don't think he stayed in material.
I say we give him a chance.
For the tradition.
It's not about you. It's about the team.
For the pride.
Since I've been here, I've become a better person.
For the future.
A fraternity, and that's a brotherhood. Lifetime bond.
Stomp the Yard. Rated PG-13. In theaters January.
I'll have a number 6 meal. Hey, can I change that to a number 9?
Sure.
Tired of one-size-fits-all combo meals? Get a Subway fresh value meal for a great price. A delicious sub freshly made just the way you want it. With chips and drink, what a deal. Where freshness meets value, Subway, eat fresh.
Price, mutual funds, IRAs, college savings. Invest with confidence. By Subway Restaurants, Subway, eat fresh. And by Cadillac. The best Cadillac stories aren't just lived, they're shared. Share yours online with us.
Kurt Menefee along with Daryl Moose Johnston and the Goose, Tony Saragusa.
Nobody told you about the Chippendales auditions here today, Kurt?
Yeah.
You didn't get your number pulled for that one yet?
Happening right before midnight.
You're after the game.
Yeah,
your audition is after the game.
Right after everybody leaves and I'm on a flight. Quincy Morgan in his end zone, and they'll bring it out. Across the 20, and Morgan stopped at the 28-yard line. The 49ers trying to hold on and pull off the upset, make Moose and Goose's fans happy in many ways.
Turn left. Turn clockwise. Over. Turn under. Turn left at intersection. Destination ahead.
Navigate your holidays. From now until January 2nd, purchase or lease any specially equipped Cadillac, and we'll pay for the navigation system. Season's best. From Cadillac.
11:51 left to go here in Denver. San Francisco owning a 20-16 lead in this final game of the regular season, a game in which the Broncos must win in order to make the playoffs. Cutler, and that was behind an open Rod Smith. Let's check in with Joe Buck for another game break.
All right, Kurt, some of your audience left this game. That was our decision, not theirs. We know it's a battle of the backup quarterbacks. First, Matt Schaub. Now, A.J. Feely, 89 yards to Hank Baskett, a 24-17 Philadelphia lead. Let's go back to Denver. Kurt, Darryl, and Tony.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. And the Philadelphia Eagles already in the playoffs as champions of the NFC East. They will host the New York Giants in a wild card matchup next Sunday right here on Fox. Tatum Bell out of the backfield takes the pass. A couple of moves later, he's out to the 43-yard line. 16 yards on the play.
You think Andy Reid has called up Brad Childress of Minnesota and thanked him for that Hank Baskett edition? That was a pretty nice swap, Hank Baskett for Billy McMullen.
You know, it's amazing. I was at the Eagles training camp in Lehigh, Pennsylvania, and they kept talking, Hank Baskett, man, we got this guy. Hank. And I'm like, Hank Baskett, he's a free agent. Why are you celebrating him? But it's been a big deal. He has been a big acquisition for them. And here's Tatum Bell on that last play. No penalty marker down, and Bale wanted a face mask. Didn't get it.
He didn't really have a hold of it. He just kind of had his arm there on the helmet, not necessarily the face.
That was a hug. That was.
And now the 49ers are putting out the challenge flag. Well, the only thing they could be challenging here would be the spot of the football. Unless the ball came out somehow along the way. We'll take a look. Obviously, Mike Nolan and his coaches up in the booth thought they saw something on the replay. There's another look.
Well, he's had a couple down the stretch here.
Oh, yeah, that ball's out. Yes.
Completely out. Completely out.
Who recovers? That's the big question. You have to recover that ball.
Well, what
San Francisco is challenging the ruling on the field of the runner fumbling and recovering the football. We'll review the play.
There's a call from Larry Nimmer. What it would dictate would be the spot of the football. Replay challenge going on. We'll take a timeout.
Double beef fiesta salsa, so good.
Delicious, huh? And these grilled stuffed burritos are only $1.99.
All this flavor for only $1.99?
Hmm?
No way.
Like how he told us he's going out on a date with Carmen Electra.
We're just going bowling.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Hi, Pete. Do you like my dress?
That'll do.
It's true. Taco Bell's big, tasty grilled stuffed burrito with double the beef, 3 cheeses, and grilled to go to get unbelievable taste for an unbelievable price.
How's she gonna bowl in that?
Think outside the bun.
Hi, honey. The holidays were great, but we're still going to need a few things, so if you could stop by Radio Shack and get some batteries, that would be just great. Okay, oh, yeah, 1 second, sir. Also, for the iPod, we're going to need iTrip, and we're also going to need some of those really cute little speakers. Ask the salesman, he'll know which ones. Oh, and hey, for the digital camera, we're going to need an additional memory card and some photo paper. Oh, and yeah, for your wireless phone, get a charger and some headset, and what are those little things you can clip to your belt? And some...
All the stuff you need to go with all the stuff you got, only at Radio Shack.
Who cried?
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Volkswagen Jetta. Safe happens.
Mike Nolan throwing out the challenge flag, and Larry Nimmer still trying to determine exactly what happened. And, you know, we were wondering exactly why he would, but as we take a look at the replays, you can see that the ball definitely came out as Tatum Bell lost it. The problem is the 49ers never recovered the football. So all they could be challenging right here, all they could gain out of it will be the spot of the football.
Well, here's the run right here, and the ball's out now. Okay, he's down the ball. You'll see it right there under his leg. Looks like, you know, we can't tell, but if the whistle's blown right here, that it's dead. You see a 49er right there. Harris go in, Walt Harris, and recover the ball, but from the rule, the play would be over and it would just be the spot, like you said earlier, Kurt.
You know, the funny thing is nobody really saw that ball come out from the secondary. You never saw somebody come flying in and slide in and try and dig the ball out. If that would have happened, if they'd have dug the ball out and San Francisco had clear possession of the ball, then you've got an argument for the challenge. But because the way the possession ended at the end of that play, with really Tatum Bell being the last guy to have possession and the official coming in and getting the ball, there's no way that San Francisco can change possession.
Now, the one thing is we could not hear the whistle, but it appeared by that video that the umpire was coming in to get the ball, meaning that the play was over.
It's just so strange. How many times do you see a play like this where the safety sees the ball out and he comes flying in into the pile and digs the ball out? I mean, it was such an inconspicuous fumble that nobody really knew. Even Walt Harris, as he came in, was like,
After reviewing the play, the runner clearly fumbled the football, and number 27 for San Francisco picked up the ball and had possession of it. It will be 1st and 10 for San Francisco at the spot of recovery.
So they're saying that it was...
will not be charged with a team timeout.
If that's the case, the whistle was not blown.
11:36 on the game clock.
That's what it means, is that the play was not over.
Well, you know, can we roll this a little bit farther? Let's roll this through, because I've yet to see Walt Harris clearly have possession of the ball.
He comes into your frame right here. There he is.
But see, you see the umpire coming in, the play is over. Andre Wash, the umpire, comes in to get the ball.
I tell you,
but nonetheless, they give it to the 49ers, and that is a huge call because the Broncos, once again, have to win this game in order to make the playoffs, and now it's been a turnover at their own 43-yard line.
Well, that's 3 critical fumbles by Tatum Bell the month of December.
3 fumbles in 3 weeks. The first 2 led to touchdowns. Here's Frank Gore. After Bell fumbled against Arizona, the Cardinals scored a touchdown. Same story last week with the Bengals after they recovered. And right now, Denver with no timeouts. There's still nearly 11.5 minutes left in the ball game, but they've got to find a way to stop this 49er offense and then score a touchdown.
That's going to become a factor, the no timeouts, because if these guys go down here, they score a field goal, they're going to need those timeouts to go and you know, if they get into a 2-minute or even a 4-minute situation, to move the ball downfield.
Gore on 2nd down. Close to that 1st down marker. Penalty on the play as well.
Holding offense number 85. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
So it won't matter as Vernon Davis is called for the hold. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. You know, Mike Shanahan said he wanted the Kansas City Chiefs to win to put his team in a pressure situation. Well, the pressure's been cranked up.
Careful what you wish for.
He might want to take them words back.
On the other side, Mike Nolan said he wanted his team to realize how important it was to win this game because for a young squad, he feels there's a major difference between a 6-10 finish and a 7-9 win. And his team responding so far. Arnaz battle. Gets away and fights down to the 40-yard line. 8-yard pickup on the play.
And that's one of the things that the 49er players have to realize. And the Denver is out of timeouts. You know, don't go out of bounds. Keep yourself in bounds. Let this clock continue to run. Take time off the clock. Limit the opportunities for drives for the Denver Broncos.
A key 3rd down coming really for this Denver defense, as they need to find a way to hold the 49ers without a 1st down, because right now San Francisco out of field goal range. Smith zips that one. 1st down 49ers, as it was caught by Taylor Jacobs, but he lost the football as he went down. No signal yet.
Well, the players have been...
That's Carl Pema. He picked up the football. No official gave a signal, and so the Broncos pick it up and take advantage.
They're having a problem with whistles down there in the field.
They must be frozen.
Man, they must not have the plastic ones. They got those metal ones. They're stuck to their lips. Let's go back and take a look at this. Here comes the pressure. Alex Smith stands in, hits the slant. Taylor Jacobs has got the ball. Does that ball come out before he was down, before any part of his body hit the ground? Because he rolled across Carl Pema.
And he touches him, so the ball would be right there. I don't know why they're going and running with this. He got touched, so the ball would have to be there if they ruled it a fumble, right?
But once again, there we have the umpire who was involved in the last play. No signal from him on either play. Lots of confusion both times, and this time it's Denver thinking that they won it.
Okay, possession, knees down.
He's down.
He's down. He's down before the ball comes out.
The ruling on the field was that the receiver caught the ball, was not down by contact. The ball landed on the ground, recovered by Denver. First down for Denver.
Now the San Francisco 49ers will challenge this one. They do already. No question about this.
I'll tell you what, that's not good by the officiating crew by not blowing the whistle. They should at least known that he was down by contact. That's when guys go and get hurt on a situation like that.
San Francisco is challenging the ruling on the field. The receiver was down by contact. We'll review the play.
When you have half of the players on the field thinking the play's over, and then you got a handful of guys, running and blocking, and you don't really know what's going on. They need to blow the whistle in this situation. You see it right here. Right there, he's down, he gets touched. Worst case scenario, the ball's down right there.
Just be definitive, one way or the other. Either he was down by contact, or, get up and, do something where they know that the play is still alive. But I agree with you, Tony, because you got half the guys standing there, and the other half are reacting to a play that they still think is alive.
And that's been the key, I think, on both. Is not so much, look, guys make calls one way or the other, you can live with that. But when they don't make a call and no one knows what's going on in the field, that's when not only the injuries happen, but confusion happens, turnovers happen. And this game, at least for the Broncos, is too important to have players stand around wondering, what should I do right now?
Yeah, the officiating crew is down on the field. We're watching from up here. They're sort of looking at each other, wondering, did you blow the whistle? Did you not blow the whistle? They need to go and make it definitive, like you said earlier, Bruce.
For those of you just joining us, San Francisco has challenged what was ruled a turnover on the field. The Denver Broncos needing to win this game in order to get to the playoffs. 49ers lead at 20-16 with 9:17 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is our second one in about 3 plays that's been very unusual. San Francisco got it back on kind of a crazy play that we had going to review, but you can see right there Taylor Jacobs with possession of the ball is down. Now the ball comes out loose. The ruling on the field was a fumble. Mike Nolan threw the challenge. They're reviewing it right now, but this is after the 49ers got the ball on a similar play when Tatum Bell fumbled before he went down, but nobody realized it was out. Walt Harris kind of came in. They said he had possession of the ball. We're still questioning whether he had possession of the ball or was just handing it to the umpire. But it's been a few crazy minutes here at Invesco Field.
Kurt Menefee, Daryl Johnston, and Tony Saragusa with you on the final Sunday of the regular season. The NFC playoff picture's all set. The AFC picture, a little cloudy right now. The Denver Broncos win. They are in as the 5th seed. If they lose, the Kansas City Chiefs will get into the playoffs.
Well, we'll catch you up on the scoring so far this game. Started off with a couple of field goals on defensive stands by the Niner defense, but then Champ Bailey on a tip pass takes it back for a touchdown. Moreeeee Norris out in the flat with a big blitz on Alex Smith, gets him the ball, and the fullback gets down the field and in for a touchdown. And then Jay Cutler, who had just come back into the game after sitting out with a possible concussion, throws an interception that Walt Harris brought back for a touchdown.
And now Larry Nemmer's ready with the call.
After reviewing the play, the receiver must hold on to the ball to complete the catch. Therefore, the pass is incomplete. It'll be 4th down for San Francisco. Please put please put 9:41 on the game clock. 9:41.
I don't know if they have the same angle as we have.
San Francisco will not be charged with a timeout.
But it looks like right here, he has possession of the ball. He goes down, it's to his body, the knee is down, obviously, and then the ball comes out. I think it's a reception.
Well, incompletion looks to us as the worst call they could make on this.
Well, it's the one thing that we're not even considering, because I think all three of us felt he had established possession and made a move common to the game of football. You know, he catches it, he turns upfield. I was never really looking at whether he had possession. It was more of, was the knee down before he lost possession?
Well, now that you've seen it, do you change your mind?
I think it should have been a catch, knee down. San Francisco, I don't know if that was enough for the first down. I can't even remember where the ball would have been spotted at anymore.
It was a 10-minute delay there.
And so the 49ers forced to punt. Andy Lee with a high kick.
Interesting decision by David Kirkus.
Yeah, to take that inside his own 10. Broncos needing to drive down the field and get a touchdown to get to the playoffs.
Just gives me the feeling like she's not like listening to me.
Have you tried not saying like every other word?
What?
Remember your ski trip story?
Yeah.
I was like going down the hill and like there was a crowd and like
come on, that's
and I was like, stuff either happens or it doesn't happen.
Holy.
The Holiday Miracle Sales Event. No real miracles, just $1.99 Jettas until January 2nd.
The president must have given up a lot to make this happen. I wish you were coming back under different circumstances. I can't even begin to imagine what you went through over there, Jack. But there's a reason you're here now.
Mr. President, this is a desperate measure, Jack. Believe me, I know.
I understand what's expected of me.
I don't know how to do this anymore.
You'll remember. 24, the two-night premiere event begins 2 weeks from tonight on Fox.
Just over 9.5 minutes left to go here. Kurt Menefee, Daryl Johnston, Tony Siragusa with you from Denver. The Broncos needing a win to get in the playoffs, trail 20-16 to the San Francisco 49ers, and Denver has yet to score an offensive touchdown all day. Their only TD coming on a 70-yard interception return by Champ Bailey, and now they are 94 yards away from the end zone. Starting at their own 6-yard line. Cutler, Rob Smith off his hands, and it falls incomplete. Keith Lewis that close to the pick.
Well, since he's come back onto the field as the quarterback, he's had that one good drive. When Quincy Morgan brought the ball out to midfield, Jay Cutler looked like himself. He threw the ball well. He threw it with accuracy, but all those other drives, he has really struggled with his accuracy. He's underthrown deep balls. I just don't know if he's all the way back.
To left, to left. Yeah, it's a question we're all asking ourselves.
From his end zone, Mike Bell. And he is stuck. Manny Lawson with a big hit.
I tell you what, Manny Lawson's had a great game today.
We welcome those of you who watch the San Diego Chargers beat the Arizona Cardinals. 27-20 is the final, and the San Diego Chargers finish up with home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs.
Well, Manny Lawson, I think when he was drafted by the Niners, I expected him to be kind of an edge rusher in certain situations. He's proven to be a much better cover linebacker than I thought he was going to be. And don't forget, he had that great hustle play in the first quarter when he ran down Mike Bell inside the 5-yard line and held him to a field goal attempt.
He's Cutler on 3rd down. Bad throw. Rod Smith, the closest Bronco there, but Walt Harris had to go off his fingertip, and Harris already has 2 picks and a fumble recovery in this game.
You know what, Moose, I have to agree with you. Cutler is definitely not the same quarterback we saw in the first half. With his accuracy, with his decision making, we saw right there that ball and the last couple balls he's thrown really haven't been, you know, the same person as we saw in the first half.
And for those of you just joining us, Cutler was knocked out of the game for a couple of series in the first half. They examined his head. Did not say whether or not he had a concussion, but he did come back and play. Brandon Williams already lost the football. Well, he took the punt in Denver territory, but couldn't hold on to it. Well, the way this officiating crew's called the last two, you're never quite sure until they signal, and they say that the 49ers held on to it.
One good thing, I did hear a whistle. I don't know if you guys heard that. We had stop play there, but better than we'd had it a couple series ago.
They put it in some warm water there.
Oh, you got to keep the ball tight to your body in that situation. Brandon Marshall on special teams making a big play, knocking that ball loose. Didn't see who got down, got it, but look at it. He's right in the fetal position. He's covered up and holding on for dear life.
Bring that knees to the chest, man, and hold on. That's when you start grabbing guys by the feet and you start pulling them out from the other team, because now all of a sudden they don't have the leverage. They can't really get that ball out. Because you know they're working for the fingers, and they start getting fingers looking like yours, Moose. All crooked.
From the Denver 41, Frank Gore. Through the hole, Gore into the secondary, picks up 12 yards, and the clock keeps on going. On Sunday, January 14th at 8/7 Central, it's The Simpsons, my favorite TV show. It's the best TV show I think ever written. Ever.
Animated or everything?
Everything.
Everything?
Wow. Everything. Now, look, I will admit it's not as great as it was 5-6 years ago, but it's still the best show on television.
You gotta like the situations they put the people in.
Bold statement. Bold statement.
Well, you gotta go out on a limb sometimes. First down after the 12-yard gain by Gore. Smith being chased by Engelberger, slides safely to avoid the hit. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs won earlier today, which put pressure on this Bronco team, meaning that Denver needs to win in order to get into the playoffs. If Denver wins, they are the 5th seed. The Jets are number 6. Should Denver lose, Kansas City will slide into the playoffs as the number 6 seed in the AFC. Champ Bailey with the only touchdown for the Broncos in this game, a 70-yard interception return, and trying to help this defense get a stop here on second down. Gore into the arms of Nate Webster. John Engelberger, the former 49er, finally wrapped him up.
This game is so similar, in my opinion, to when San Francisco played Seattle. Really didn't do a whole lot in the first half of that game and came out in the second half and just dominated the entire second half of the game. And the Niners have kind of done the same thing today. I mean, they have just controlled every aspect of the football game in the second half.
Seems like they gain momentum as the game goes on. And Frank Gore, obviously the workhorse. I mean, he's been playing extremely well, downhill every time, not bouncing the ball like a finesse guy, just a power smash mouth. Sort of reminds me of a fullback, just downhill, banging them yards out, Moose.
Here's Smith working from the shotgun on third down, but didn't quite get a chance to get the ball snapped before the play clock got down, and San Francisco was forced to use a timeout. Well, we don't know exactly how it's going to break down in the AFC quite yet. Denver still hoping to get in, but the picture is all set in the NFC. And we will have the first wildcard game for you next Sunday, beginning our coverage at 4 o'clock Eastern time as the 6th seeded New York Giants go to face the NFC East Division champion Philadelphia Eagles right here in high definition on Fox.
That New Jersey Turnpike is going to be loaded with Giant fans going down to Philadelphia. If you're traveling, make sure you get out there nice and early.
Take the train. It's such a nice train.
Yeah, that train is nice. About an hour ride. Comfortable conditions.
Tony, you won a Super Bowl. Moose, you won 3. And I'm shocked that the first piece of advice you have about the playoff picture is travel advice.
It's transportation. You got to get there. Teams have to get the team bus. If it doesn't show up, there's no game.
There's no gallop. Nothing about football at all.
Well, it's the experience. It's the complete experience. When you go to a Super Bowl, it's not just the game. It's that whole experience.
Yeah. Would you take the train down to Miami if?
No,
Eagles make it? It's not that great an experience, is it?
No.
Okay.
Train's all right for a couple hours.
There's the Niners looking for the 19-yard line for the first. Smith under pressure. Flags down and the whistles blew apparently just before the snap.
I think he's going to get it on the center. It looked like his head
False
came
start
up.
offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Adam Snyder, the guilty party.
That's a really nice job by Denver going and stemming when the defensive linemen get down in their position and all of a sudden they start moving and going in different areas, especially when the center comes out and already calls the formation and which way they're going to slide. And you see, they go and they pick all the gaps right there, and there's not enough guys there on the offensive line to go and pick up everybody, and that's why he came scot-free there right up the middle.
Well, the 49ers might want to just pick up some yards. It'll be about a 51-yard field goal attempt from right here, and it's a cold night. You can see Smith changing the play. They go to the air. Smith for Jacobs. No chance. Carl Payman there in the coverage.
Well, Joe Nedney's coming out. We're going to give it a shot.
We'll see if they would not have been better off just picking up yards and making this a shorter kick. And this will be right at 51 yards. Nedney.
Yeah, but up here in Denver, it's almost like a 45-yarder.
Even with the cold?
Yeah, I think the cold negates the altitude.
There's movement before the ball was snapped. And if this is against the 49ers, this could be trouble. Fingers pointing in all directions here.
Well, if they get a penalty on this one, if it's against the 49ers, they got to punt the ball and keep them down there.
We have 91 of the defense with a delay of game, action on the line of scrimmage, causing the offense to false start. That's a 5-yard penalty.
You can't intentionally draw the offensive line offside, and Ebenezer Eckerбon accused of doing that. I don't see what it was there.
Yeah, you know what? As a defensive lineman, I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Give away secrets?
You can't do it that bad. I mean, you can't go and you know, even drop down to your knee. Once you're on the line of scrimmage, you know, there's other things you can do, but you don't want to do that. I mean, that was very obvious right there. That's a good call.
It helps out Nedney. Now it's only a 46-yard attempt. And it hooks in. And the San Francisco 49ers now go up by 7. 6:14 remaining, and the Broncos needing a touchdown now to tie. You don't suppose they would go for a 2-point conversion to win this thing now, would you? I mean, they have to win in order to make it to the playoffs. You play to tie and send to overtime,
yeah,
right?
Take your chances in overtime.
Well, the Broncos offense is yet to score a touchdown all day long, and they absolutely have to have one right now.
There's the guy right there who can get it done, Champ Bailey. That guy, whenever he's on the field, is a threat. So a nice return by him earlier, almost.
It's just, you know, we mentioned he's one of the 3 guys up for the defensive MVP of the league, and you know he has done nothing to take away from that today. He had the interception return for a touchdown, but he's such a complete player at the cornerback position. It's just not all about coverage. He's a team guy.
They may want to put him on offense right now. Try and get something going. No offensive touchdowns on the day. And remember, Bailey did play offense at the University of Georgia, but I don't think that's anywhere in the plans right now. All right? I'm not going out on that much of a limb. 49ers defense has had a couple of big stands today. Can they have at least one more? Morgan bobbles it, and so will certainly stay in the end zone. And Denver will begin from their own 20-yard line on this possession. Well, today's game is being produced by Bob Stenner and directed by Mike Roy. The associate director is Art Durazo. Associate producer Wayne Wilson. The broadcast associate Andy Kavanaugh. Sideline producer is Duke Scala. The technical producer Matt Benedict. The technical director Monty Poling. The audio supervisor is Pat Lucatoro. The pregame show was produced by Scott Ackerson and directed by Bob Levy. Studio technical supervisor is Jack Simmons. Senior producer is Bill Brown. Executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Starting from their own 20-yard line, Mike Bell picks up a couple. And you know, our crew has worked so hard all season long, but these people right here this weekend, it's unbelievable. Through 3 feet of snow, literally, here in the Denver area, and not having all the equipment here and all types of technical difficulties just to get it put together, to get this broadcast put on air. People will never understand how hard they work and how much we appreciate it.
I just want to say, too, they're a lot better looking in person. Don't let that discourage you if you have a person there that's a family member or something.
Second down for the Broncos. Oh, it's broken up. Javon Walker, the intended receiver, but Chad Williams there to swat that one away.
Did Chad Williams get that swatted down, or did Javon Walker just put it on the ground?
Oh, yeah, Williams whiffed, and Walker just missed it.
Got to catch those. You want to do something in the playoffs and make a run at it, you got to catch